Purchasing Officer. This is funded through the State Energy Conservation Office. The real key to this program is that this will save approximately 136,500 kilowatts per year, which is an annual savings of about $10,920.
Okay, so we're going to save some money by doing this, and the state's paying for it.
That's correct, sir.
Move to move away.
Councilmember Spelman has approval.
Well, I have one other question.
Councilmember Martinez, Councilmember Spelman.
How is it that we have Kellogg Brown Root as the prime for this?
We looked at the cooperative contract because the money came to us with a grant that was just from this summer, and we looked at how we could get it in and done. The real key to this is that it must be done by the end of the calendar year, and this company is on a cooperative agreement. We looked at all the cooperative agreements. It's about a 14% cheaper rate than any other company that's on a cooperative agreement. Additionally, they have agreed to 74% of the work to be done by a local subcontractor, which is about $255,000 per project.
So if we want to accept the state grant, we have to install this by the end of the year, and the cheapest way to install it by the end of the year is to hire Kellogg Brown Root to do it.
That's correct, sir.
Thank you.
I asked some questions earlier in the work session this week, specifically about how we got into this situation. And so, for the most part, it's $250,000 going to a local company. Yes, KBR does get $95,000 remaining, but even more importantly, what I got from Austin Energy moving forward is that we could create our own rotation list here for grant awards in the future, so that all of it, 100% of it, stays here with a local firm on a rotation list that where opportunities arise and we have to go out and secure a contractor in a timely manner that doesn't allow us to go through a traditional RFP process, and they responded in the affirmative. So hopefully this will be one of the last times we see this. But we're all going to need to work with Austin Energy to get that recurring rotation list of local vendors, so that when these opportunities come up in the future, we don't have to go through the cooperative purchasing process.
And we're adding just about $350K for solar system at the first library in Austin that actually promotes African American history and achievement. On the surface, this agenda item appears to promote green energy, invest in minorities, and not to mention it is a top-notch campaign, election campaign item. Can you pass this up, right? I mean, obviously you can't in your ideas, but honestly, I don't blame you guys for jumping at passing this and for others to think this is a great idea. But let's dig a little deeper to the surface of the surface. This is a little crafty one here. First, I'd like to bring up, this is a little bit hypocritical considering you guys did reduce the Falk Central library hours by 2 hours a day, 4 days a week, for 208 hours for the year. We were told that it was a needed cut of $100,000 for the budget. So reducing library hours actually negatively affects the minorities that we're attempting to help here. Secondly, on first look, this seems to be pro-minority. Yet this East Austin area has been long fighting gentrification. The city has allowed developers to push minorities further east and north from this area by using green tricks to obtain permits. Carver, a vice president of the Austin Neighborhood Council, questioned the ecological claims of some developers, saying they may put a solar panel on it to claim it is a real ecological house. This is called greenwashing. They are affluent people. They're not evil, but their house is upscale from all the others around them. So all the lots go up by the appraised value, and that's why our taxes go up. I am curious in the fact of why City of Austin is if they are in fact greenwashing with this item. Solar panels on an already redone building will appeal to the yuppie crowd. Also, Austin Energy changed their solar incentivizing program to decrease the amount of solar panels being installed because solar systems were here to impact the energy consumption of Austin Energy. What the city did do was invest $20 million in the wood-burning biomass plant that instead helped manipulate the city's green portfolio numbers to higher amount. But I doubt we will promote that by dumping scarce precious water on burning wood on the top of the library instead. My question is, why is the city actually trying to do this? To look at? To promote more yuppie development in East Austin? A vote yes to me on this is in fact a vote to further gentrify East Austin. Thanks, guys.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. This number 40 is an item to authorize, award, and execute a contract through the Cooperative Purchasing Network with Kellogg Brown Root Inc., actually now known as KBR Inc., formerly known as Kellogg Brown Root Inc., Austin, Texas, for the installation of the solar photovoltaic system at City of Austin's George Washington Carver Museum and Library in an estimated amount not to exceed $346,000, Mr. Mayor. Now, I'm a supporter of solar energy. I think we need to promote it. But I do not believe that this project is a comprehensive plan to boost our solar energy capacity here in Austin. As your own item description backup says, the Carver Museum and Library serves as an excellent site for this project and provides high visibility to those visiting the museum or library. What I read out of this high visibility is that this is a token solar power project. It's, a good goal to have renewable energy, but I think this is an underhanded way of saying that Austin's green when we're really not. I want to talk a little bit about KBR Inc., formerly known as Kellogg Brown Root. They are a former subsidy of the Halliburton Corporation, Houston, Texas, the largest non-union construction company in the United States. Brown Root, one of its forerunners, was founded in 1919. It created public roads here in the state of Texas. Brown Root helped to construct Tom Miller Dam, which we see not far from here. In 1940, Brown Root started to be investigated by the IRS for breaking rules on campaign contributions. There's a book about it called The Path to Power. I encourage you all to check it out. It's about campaign funds that Brown Root used for LBJ's 1941 U.S. Senate race. And we know what happened there. We also know KBR Inc. from its atrocities committed in Afghanistan and Iraq, as well as its support and funding of building camps at Guantanamo Bay. And I'm offended. I am literally offended that you want to give $300,000 of our money to them like we don't know who they are and what they do. This is a company that Dick Cheney used to be involved in. We know all where that leads. It's not happy stuff. There's better solar companies out there. I would rather support another company that would do this. And I would gladly support it if it wasn't KBR. But there's all sorts of reports. Recently in 2009 of KBR bribing Nigerian officials for special projects. I encourage you to look at some documentaries online about KBR and what they're doing to women, children, and others in Iraq and Afghanistan. These are war profiteers, and I'm tired of it.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Passes